Yeah, Hustle Economics by Ash Cash. So far, I have gave you 19 out of the 33 Ermiasisms. Okay, and I will continue reading the book. But like I said, please go out and purchase this book. This book should be a gift to all your loved ones, and especially your graduates, your up and coming graduates. Okay, this is a book that they need. This will help families start a conversation about the trajectory of leveling up, financial freedom, and I'm telling you, everybody has something that they can see themselves in this particular book. You know, it is so many great quotes, so many great quotes, and definitely a lot of gems. Awesome book. Okay, please purchase this book. Also, like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube. My name is Alonda Louis Kyriacou. This is my first audio book. This is my 82nd book I done read, 81st or 82nd book that I have read within 2 years. Okay? So, knowledge is power, but let's pass on that knowledge. Sharing is caring. You're amazing. You're amazing. Ermiasism number 20. Use the system and don't let the system use you. Oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, nothing but the truth. And I second this. Okay, and I'm going to repeat this. Ermiasism number 20. Use the system and don't let the system hear you. All right. Love it. Love it. Love it. Let's get to it. The Spook Who Sat by the Door is a book that came out in 1969, written by Sam Greeley. It is the fictional story of Dan Freeman, the first black CIA officer, and of the CIA's history of training persons and political groups who later used their specialized training in gathering intelligence, political subversion, and guerrilla warfare against the CIA. In the song Blue Laces to Nipsey rap, I'm the spook by the door. This is infiltration, and while some may have understood what he meant, this deserves some further explanation. While it is now obvious that through his actions that Nipsey's goal was to uplift his community, he had to study and learn the system in order to do so. He stated, in terms of hip hop, the power structure has prescribed persona that they expect to act a certain way, but I use their intentions against them. What he meant is that as a known member of the Rolling 60s Crips, many within the music business would assume that the music Nipsey would make would perpetuate gang violence and continue to tear down the urban community. Hence, putting a lot of people that look like him, black and brown, in jail. Okay? So they thought he was going to put all gang related music out there, that he was going to put negative music out there, that he was going to just do what most people do, is throw up on the music, the rap sheet, just throw up and regurgitate on these beats. Okay? He did no such thing. And while there may be not be a conspiracy to hold the black community down, I hope that the earlier chapter explained why lack of knowledge of self would be beneficial to the bigger power structure. Instead of Nipsey allowing himself to be used as a weapon against his own people, let me repeat. Instead of Nipsey allowing himself to be used as a weapon against his own people, he put the medicine in the candy. Snap, snap, snap. Hear ye, hear ye. Okay? He put the medicine in the candy. He did the switch. Okay? He was able to infiltrate, and gain eyes, ears, and hearts of many people that would normally be missed by the message of financial empowerment and community revitalization. In fact, after his death, there was a decrease in gang violence, and many of the rival gangs decided to call it truce in Nipsey's honor. In many ways, there are systems that are set up to perpetrate a marginalization of a certain group. But if you understand the systems, you can also infiltrate it to your advantage. Think about how Uber understood the taxi system. Realize that there were weaknesses and loopholes that existed. Then created a multi-billion-dollar business addressing that issue. As you continue to journey towards your business dominance, always find ways to use any obstacles as a springboard for your success. Quote, I took my wildest dreams, then mapped them out. I go for mine like it's overtime. Me and my ninjas had to struggle, so we overshine. End quote. Nipsey Hussle. Ermiasism 21. Know your power and take what you deserve. It's quote, it's cliche to say, work hard, don't quit. I would really say find yourself and find what your why is. What's the motivating force behind you? And build around that. End quote. Nipsey Hussle. Oftentimes when I say Nipsey's community, it could be understood to mean Los Angeles or Crenshaw District. But in fact, Nipsey represented all of us. He was a mouthpiece and community activist for the hoods in America, in Eritrea, and anywhere that the system was designed against marginalized groups. Nipsey represented them and inspired them all. One of the biggest things that these groups have in common is that they have the power, but only if they knew it. In the song Dedication, Nipsey said, I want real ninjas reparations. And what he's acting for is access. Many of the billion-dollar industries that black and brown people have helped build do not give those same people a seat at the table. Whether it's technology, film, television, finance, or cryptocurrency as an example, black and brown people are underrepresented to an alarming degree. This inequality could and would stop if black and brown people knew their worth. Repeat. This inequality could and would stop if black and brown people knew their worth and used it as leverage. The reason why the Montgomery bus boycott was so effective was because black people decided to exercise their power, which directly affected the bus company's bottom line. There are many instances where the middleman, who gets the lion's share of the profit, does the smallest amount of work. Repeat. The middleman, who gets the lion's share of the profits does the smallest amount of work. Cut out the middleman. Okay, let's start researching. Let's start doing our homework. Let's start inputting this knowledge that we are receiving. Let's do our work. Knowing your worth and what it takes to deserve is about understanding this dynamic and finding ways to collectively not settle for less. The African proverb says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. Knowing your power means that you understand cooperative economics, group economics, and know that the power of the people will always be greater than the people in power. Ermiasism number 22. Keep all your money in, no money out. Oh, yes. Okay. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay. When I say this is a classic, this is awesome. You better mind your business. Okay. So let me repeat. This is a must repeat. Ermiasism number 22. Keep all your money in, no money out. This is a reinvestment, people. Quote, I'm about seeing long term, seeing the vision, understanding nothing really worthwhile happens overnight, and just sticking to your script long enough to make something real happen. End quote, Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Hussle record label was named All Money In, and the significance of this name, whether intentional or not, was that because Nipsey was adamant about ownership, focused on vertical integration, okay, vertical stacking, vertical goals, putting things in place vertically. We no longer can we do horizontal. We are too far behind. And supply chain, and also owned his own ecosystem, his brand, his being. He literally kept all money in. Then when you think about the fact that he still lived and worked in his community, he made his presence known in the community, started businesses in the community, bought property in the community, eventually invested in the revitalization of the community, then you know that all money in, no money out was more than just a name that represented a company. What Nipsey was doing was changing the economic fabric of his community for generations to come. According to Maggie Anderson, author of Our Black Year, the lifespan of $1 in the Asian community is 28 days, 19 days in the Jewish community, and approximately 6 hours in the African American community. Okay, repeat. Okay, the lifespan of $1 in the Asian community is 28 days. Okay, no, we have to do better. Okay, we have to do better. 19 days in the Jewish community. Okay, we still got to do better. And approximately 6 hours in the African American community. Okay, people, all right, we must stop spending, okay? And we must stop spending with everybody else, okay? This does not make any sense, okay? We're buying, some people are buying the block back. Some people are like dead weight. But we must buy several blocks back, okay? And we must not destroy those blocks. We must become a community. We must unify, okay? This is unacceptable, okay? This is unacceptable. Repeat. The lifespan of $1 in the Asian community is 28 days, people. 28. And it's probably even more than that. Okay, I'm not for sure where this book came out, but it's probably longer than that. 19 days in the Jewish community, and approximately 6 hours in the African American community. Okay, let me add. We were number 2. Melanated people, we were number 2. Black people, we were number 2 in the economy. We are now number 4 in the economy. It's whites now. Now it is whites. Then it's Spanish. Then it's Asians. And then it's us. Okay? We done dropped down. We done devalued ourselves. Okay? We cannot do that anymore. We wake up. Okay, all that Christmas shopping that you did, that you still can't pay for, them credit that you put on them credit cards, we don't own them credit card companies, okay? Number 1. The merchandise that we was getting in them stores, those was not from black and brown stores. Okay, that was from other neighborhood stores. We made Arnott the richest man in America. Are you serious? Okay, you need to take care of your home. If you can't afford gifts with cash, or you can't afford gifts with that credit card and then pay it off in full in the following month, then you need to just sit down with your family and we just need to cook. We need to cook, we need to conversate, we need to unify, and we need to come up with a plan. Okay, my name is Alonda Louis Kyriacou, and I am debt free. No. Okay. I love, 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 love my melanated people, my kings and queens. We got to stop. We got to vertically grow. Okay, we have to stop. And I love you. So I'm not trying to be hard. Okay, this is, like I said, my first audiobook. And hopefully, I have many more to come. And hopefully, my opinionated self won't be so opinionated. Okay? As it relates to you and your financial freedom, it is imperative that you make sure that you are using your money to support the community that you care for. Keeping all money in that community ensures that the programs get funded, that business continue to flourish, and the youth of your community get to see entrepreneurship firsthand. And if residents continue to buy back the blocks, those very youth can have a choice in which direction they want to take their lives. Keeping all money in, no money out is also a strategy used by many small businesses to decrease their tax liability. When you become a business owner, the money that you pay taxes on or are the funds that are left over after expenses. A simple formula says revenue or income minus expenses equal net profit, aka the money that you have to report for tax purposes. Many wealthy people know that as you lower your expenses, you lower your tax obligation. With this in mind, they create a LLC or corporation and intertwine their daily expenses within that corporation. This allows money that you would have been spending anyways, as an individual with no tax benefits to serve as a tax write-off or deduction of tax obligation within a corporation. This is totally legal and used every day by wealthy people to keep their tax obligations low, which we can recognize as all money in, and no money out. Please speak to your accountant or CPA before you implement the strategy. Ermiasism 23. Create mailbox money. Quote, you can look up, and that's when at the highest level of business, that's the model equity. At the highest level of business, there's mailbox money. End quote. Nipsey Hussle. Disposable money, passive money, multiple streams of money. Nipsey was no doubt a business mogul who created multiple streams of income to secure his financial freedom. What comes from these streams of income is what he calls mailbox money. Mailbox money is like what it sounds like, money that just unexpectedly comes in the mailbox. In this technological age, it also a statement at the end of the month or direct deposit straight to your bank account. Either way, Nipsey was operating from the highest level of business and used the strategy that creates lasting wealth. It's one thing to have assets and wait for them to appreciate over time, but it's another thing to have assets that pays you income while appreciating over time. An example is if you own your home. That's an asset that will most likely appreciate over time. But if you live in it, it isn't giving you an income. But if you own property and you rent out this property, the asset, the property, will increase over time. But while it is doing so, you are also receiving income, aka mailbox money. This was evident in the fact that Nipsey wind up owning the property that houses his store. But not only just the store, but all the adjacent properties as well, meaning that he would receive mailbox money from other tenants of those businesses. That is a commercial mall. That is a commercial property. He owned the whole commercial block. In order to build wealth, you must change your relationship with money. Nipsey knew that he couldn't look at money as something he had to work for. Instead, money was something that he had to work for him. Repeat. Nipsey knew that he couldn't look at money as something he had to work for. Instead, money was something that had to work for him. Put your money to work. Make your money make money. Remove yourself as the employee of money and become the employer of that money. By creating passive income, you remove the dependency on physical labor and free up more time for you to live stress-free doing what you want to do. Making money work for you, aka mailbox money, is an essential part of financial freedom. As long as you continue to keep your work for money mentality, you will never be in control of your finances or your life. So repeat. Making money work for you, aka mailbox money, is an essential part of financial freedom. As long as you continue to keep your work for money mentality, you will never be in control of your finances or your life. When the economy is doing badly and jobs are being cut, those who work for money are the ones who are affected the most. This is also true for business owners who work for money. The people who have money work for them may be affected as well, but on levels so small that it doesn't disrupt their day-to-day lifestyle. Creating passive income is the only way to alleviate the stress that comes with economic downturns, recessions, depressions, uh, catastrophes, pandemics. Ermiasism 24. Protect your most important asset. $1,000,000 life insurance on my flesh. Nipsey Hussle. Repeat. Quote. $1,000,000 life insurance on my flesh. End quote. Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey often rapped about trust funds, life insurance, and other estate planning tools. He knew that if he really cared for his family and wanted them to reap the benefits of his hard work, that there were things that needed to be set up and to make them whole in the event of their timely demise.